This is a map from 1725 and I'm going to be looking at where are we? That area there. Now you see those little tiny lines? They're houses. This is all rural, all fields. But when I show you, it's not rural and fields anymore. So 17 is Cheapside. There we go. And Cheapside is where the prison was, where I've recently done a video about. But it's not what's on Cheapside that I'm interested in. It's actually that thicker. See those dotted lines there? Well, that's not a dotted line. So I'm thinking that might be the alleyway where I'm going to now. And if that is the alleyway that I'm going to now, the house that I'm going to look at is even more important than most people think. So I'll see you around there. So this is the thicker line. See, it's an alleyway. And warehouses. Behind there is the prison. These are all, they're all old houses, but they've been refurbished to some description. So that's a house. That's on the other side, business. But I'm here for, you know, those people that don't want to give up what they've got. I think there was a film made about it. You know, a little tiny house with skyscrapers built up around it. Well, this is one of those. That little house there. It's literally, I'd say 15 foot wide. So this dinky little house here, and it's only one room on each floor. So that would be, I don't know, the bedroom. That would be the living room, I suppose you want to call it. And that would be the workshop. It's been a cobbler's. Started off as a cobbler's, I think. And then that was cobbler's for years. And then it was a pharmacy, a chemist. And then it was a watch fixers. And then he shut shop and it's been empty since. But this is grade 2 listed, and they were planning on making this and this a hotel, and that would have been the reception area, which I think is a really good idea. I'll pop some pictures in. It's got original winding staircase, and it's not big enough to have a proper banister. It's only got a rope banister, and you can't really see how small it is. I'll try my best, and I'll find the pictures and I'll pop them in. I mean, this is that old, it wouldn't have even had a toilet in the yard. But it's supposedly, a lot of things I've read up on are saying that it was built in 1765, and it was known as a fisherman's cottage. I'll pop the picture in here that we've got from that time, and there's another one from 1933. But I'm trying to remember what the film is. If you know what the film is that I'm talking about, that the person wouldn't sell the house to the big conglomerate and they ended up building it around. Yeah, if you know what it is, pop it in the comments. For the life of me, I can't think. Up's coming to mind, but I don't think it was Up. So if this alleyway was there in 1725, then it's quite possible this house is from 1725, which makes it even more special because this is older by 40 years. They've tried to do bits. You can see the bricks just eaten away by dust and grime and everything. And then right next to it, you've got the two warehouses with that's glazed brick. The white is glazed brick. Steps up to stop flooding from getting in. These are fireproof, these apparently. So yeah, that would be the loading bay down into the cellars, and they'd have pulleys. And when if they do make this into a hotel, they have to incorporate the doors, the pulleys, any ironworks that's there. But I've just spotted something. This is a warehouse, and that's a loading bay. And there's a sign there. See? No loading. Oh, sorry, my sense of humour. I thought that was funny. But I think that would be a good idea. So this is, as I say, this is Hockenhall Alley. So I showed you on the map that it was all rural from back then, 1725. It was all rural. And I've got another map in the car and I'll show you that. But as you see, it's not all rural now. It's now all a business area. Very busy. This is Dale Street. So Hockenhall Alley leading to Conwith Street. But it's fabulous to think that a cobbler making his business, making his life, he bought a house, he lived there, he had his business, and no, he didn't want to sell. I bought this house, I've worked hard for it, and I'm not going to sell it. You want to build around me, build around me. And he stuck it out. So good on Mr. Cobbler. It's known as the Fisherman's Cottage, but I haven't got a clue why it's called the Fisherman's Cottage, because it's nowhere near the water. But maybe he sold fish, I don't know. But it's down as on the censuses as being a cobbler's. So yeah, that's Hockenhall Alley. This is the other map I was talking about. 40 years later, in 1765, and you can see even from that one it's all built up, because that is where I've just been. That's Cheapside, and although there's still rural area there, all that swathe of building has happened, wasn't on the other map, and it's a lot more built up. So there you go. there's Hockenhall Alley. So I'll leave you with that. See you in the next one.